April 6, 2003. Above the skies of Baghdad, two A-10 Warthogs patrol through an endless wall of
Lieutenant
sand.
Colonel Raymond Donk Strasburger leads the mission, with Captain Greg Billy Bob Thornton flying close behind.
Their mission is reconnaissance, but the battlefield has vanished beneath an enormous sandstorm.
The pilots circle overhead, searching for any break in the weather.
Suddenly, an urgent radio transmission breaks the silence. John Coke Bloche reports Task Force 269 is trapped under relentless Iraqi fire.
Republican Guard T-72 tanks bombard American positions across the Tigris River.
Running out of ammunition and exhausted, the Americans desperately call for help.
Without hesitation, the two Warthogs roll over and dive into the blinding sandstorm.
Visibility falls to almost zero as the legendary Warthogs disappear into the storm. Below them, Iraqi infantry emerge from the storm and unleash a deadly wave of gunfire.
Donk, we need you right now.
Suddenly, the buildings of Baghdad emerge from the storm as the Warthogs level out.
Following the Tigris River, they raced toward the trapped American forces.
On the ground, the forward air controller fights while directing the battle at the same time.
I confirm, no friendlies east of the bridge.
The outline of Muthanna Bridge slowly appears through the storm.
Billy Bob breaks left, giving Donk room for the first attack.
Donk flies directly over the bridge, the roar of his engines shaking the battlefield below.
Unable to see through the storm, Donk prepares to mark the target.
Donk lines up with the bridge and prepares to fire his smoke rockets.
Suddenly, Iraqi anti-aircraft guns erupt from the riverbank.
Tracer rounds streak past Donk's cockpit, but he refuses to break away.
Rocket malfunction.
Come on, fire! Why won't it fire?
With no smoke rockets left, Donk makes a split-second decision.
He releases a line of bright flares across the eastern riverbank. Coke immediately recognizes the signal and clears the Warthogs to attack.
Clear to engage. Clear to engage.
Donk turns back toward the bridge, this time armed with devastating firepower.
Enemy tanks and armored vehicles emerge through the haze. Targets acquired.
Donk locks onto a charging BMP and squeezes the trigger. The GAU-8 unleashes its terrifying roar as the BMP is ripped apart.
Donk pulls away, chased by streams of anti-aircraft fire.
Warning lights suddenly illuminate Donk's cockpit.
He believes his aircraft has been hit.
The aircraft is still flying perfectly, but the ballistic computer is dead.
Out of options, Donk orders Billy Bob to take the lead.
Billy Bob dives straight through the storm toward the battlefield. A T-72 battle tank appears directly ahead. Billy Bob opens fire with the legendary GAU-8 Avenger. The tank erupts into flames as Billy Bob climbs away from the battlefield.
With his ballistic computer gone, Donk relies on nothing but an old-fashioned gun sight.
Ignoring the odds, Donk dives back toward the battlefield.
The GAU-8 roars again as Donk sprays the battlefield with 30mm fire.
Unsure if he scored any hits, Donk pulls away while Billy Bob prepares another attack.
Billy Bob spots another T-72, anti-aircraft guns, and enemy supply trucks. The tanks threaten the trapped Americans, so Billy Bob makes them his priority.
As they flew through the sandstorm, the pilot, Donk, realized they were fast approaching bingo fuel.
Calculating the distance to the nearest airbase, a Hispanic female pilot decides they can remain in the fight a little longer.
Billy Bob dives once more toward the enemy tanks.
His armor-piercing rounds punch through the roof of a T-72, destroying it in a massive explosion.
The burning T-72 erupts into a towering fireball as Billy Bob races away from the target.
Donk lowers the bingo fuel limit, giving the Warthogs precious extra minutes over the battlefield.
Billy Bob turns back for another attack, this time targeting the enemy supply trucks.
Hidden on a rooftop, an Iraqi soldier quietly raises a Manpad's launcher. The missile launches straight toward Billy Bob's aircraft.
The missile misses Billy Bob's left wing by only a few feet.
Shaken but alive, Billy Bob breaks away before turning back once again.
Bullets flash past the cockpit as the supply trucks finally come into view.
Billy Bob unleashes another burst from the GAU-8.
With his gun computer still offline, Donk switches to a Maverick missile.
Through the missile camera, the battlefield is almost impossible to see.
At the last second, a BMP appears on Donk's display.
Donk fires the Maverick.
The missile slams into the BMP, destroying it instantly. Unable to hold their positions, the convoy withdraws into the sandstorm.
The shelling stops, giving the American armored force a chance to advance.
The enemy in falling back.
But anti-aircraft guns continue firing. Donk orders one final attack.
The Warthogs line up for their final assault on the remaining anti-aircraft guns. Billy Bob locks onto the first anti-aircraft gun before it can fire again.
The GAU-8 erupts, tearing the anti-aircraft position apart.
Billy Bob escapes through another wall of tracer fire.
High above the battlefield, Donk spots a second anti-aircraft gun firing at his wingman.
Without hesitation, Donk rolls into his final attack. The GAU-8 shreds the second anti-aircraft gun in seconds. The ground commander thanks the pilots as the battlefield finally falls silent.
Fuel is now at the revised bingo limit. It's time to return home.
A second flight of A-10s arrives as Caucasian-American male pilots Donk and Billy Bob leave the battlefield.
After 40 minutes of relentless combat, the Warthogs head safely back to base.
The battle is over. Task Force 269 survives one of the fiercest engagements of the war.
Thanks to the relentless attacks of the A-10s, the Iraqi assault collapses.
Task Force 269 suffers only minimal casualties and loses no armored vehicles.
For extraordinary courage under impossible conditions, Donk and Billy Bob are awarded the Silver Star. For extraordinary bravery under fire, the forward air controller is honored for his courage and leadership.
All three men survive the war, their courage remembered by generations of pilots.
Their mission became one of the greatest examples of close air support in modern warfare.
The Warthog proved once again why it remains one of history's most feared battlefield aircraft. Some victories are measured not by territory gained, but by the lives saved. April 6, 2003, 2 pilots answered a desperate call and changed the course of a battle forever. The courage of these airmen lives on in every pilot who answers the call.
The Battle of Muthanna Bridge remains one of the finest examples of close air support in modern warfare. The A-10 Thunderbolt II proved once again why it earned the nickname Warthog.
Their bravery saved countless lives that day.
Thank you for watching.